This crispy chicken is from a taco place.
This crispy chicken is from a taco place?
The taco place?
Taco place. It comes in a burrito, too?
From your taco place, it's also a chicken place that's also a taco place.
Check out the all-new Blue and Orange store at the Boise State Hall of Fame. The Blue and Orange store has your best game day gear. We're talking jerseys, hats, bumper stickers, car flags, more than 4,000 hats on the hat wall. If you want the best Boise State gear, make sure you check out the Blue and Orange store online at theblueandorangestore.com or the all-new Blue and Orange store down at the Boise State Allen Noble Hall of Fame.
It's the fall kickoff sale at Lithia Ford of Boise. It's the best time to trade in and trade up to a new Ford truck or SUV with a room to haul your payload or playload. Visit Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
Bronco fans, the new Boise State trading cards are here, and you can only get them at Jackson's.
Start collecting them today.
Jackson's, let's go!
And final blade of grass. Done. And done. Who knew it'd take 2,007 man-hours to paint 47,962,053 blades of grass? Smells like game day. Whoa, it's not dry yet.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Bronco Nation News Live is the only daily show that talks nothing but Boise State sports. And we do it with you. Give us your comments or questions in the ICCU YouTube chat. Or leave us a voicemail on the Signature Roofing voice inbox at speakpipe.com/BNN. BNN Live is presented by our title sponsor, RoadPaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics, and our major sponsors, Jackson's, Taco Bell, Idaho Central Credit Union, Lithia Ford of Boise, and the Blue and Orange store. For more coverage of Boise State athletics, check out the all-new BroncoNationNews.com, now part of the 247 Sports family. Now, here's five-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Good morning, Bronco Nation. How we doing? We are live at the Taco Bell on Broadway, or to be more exact, I guess we were outside the Taco Bell on Broadway, getting set for a big basketball game tomorrow, a big football game on Saturday. Starting a few minutes early today because it works out best in the schedule of our man, Matt Bauscher. He's going to join us here in just a second. I want to remind you folks that we do each and every day. Bauscher Real Estate, the #1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley. It happens not just by happenstance, because him and his team work extremely hard every step of the way to make sure you are taken care of, whether you're buying a home, selling a home. Matt Bauscher, Bauscher Real Estate. And I think we may have to set this up. I kind of screwed this up. I think our next broadcast needs to be from a Bauscher Real Estate location. Matt Bauscher joining us here on the show. Matt, how we doing, man?
Good morning. It's a great weekend to be a Bronco. You kidding me?
Well, I wish it was about 15 degrees warmer right now. When I told Stan and Steven Nicolason I'd come hang out outside Taco Bell, I thought it'd be a little bit warmer today. But we will you and Travis Hawks, man, we got to do our annual show previewing the season here in the near future, but wanted to get you on in advance of the game tomorrow night. But as our old friend would say, it's basketball time in Boise. Going to be fun tomorrow night downtown, Matt.
I love late October because so tomorrow night you got the rivalry, if you'll call it that. It's been 11 years since the Vandals and the Broncos have taken the court. And then you got almost 50 years on Saturday since UNLV has beat Boise State in football. So we got some streaks going.
Matt, you're joining us. We started the show a little bit early today. It worked best in your schedule today. So folks that are chiming in or watching this later, we usually start at 9. We bumped it up a little bit to make sure we could chat with Matt, a great sponsor of ours here at Bronco Nation News, and hope to make this a regular thing for Matt to join us and talk Boise State basketball. And, hey, we got Mr. Buchanan in the chat today. Jaden Buchanan's dad saying good morning, excited for this team. And he's pumped to talk basketball today. A lot of other folks are excited as well. But you're right. It's a fun weekend, and they haven't really done this, Matt. The exhibition games. Usually it's the secret scrimmages and the first chance, as a fan, you get to see this team as that opening night game. And we've seen that go both ways. They've played really well on opening nights, and they've lost opening night games just maybe because it's their first time under the lights and with the popcorn smelling, as Leon Rice would say. So this exhibition, we'll talk about the fact that it's Idaho and all that in a minute, but just getting in front of fans, getting it to feel like a real game. What do you think that's going to do experience-wise, as they get closer to the season here?
As a player, it's huge because all summer, all off season, you're just beating each other up, scrimmaging against each other between scrimmages with refs, 5-on-5 in front of the coaches. And then you have some closed door scrimmages that they've had where nobody's allowed in. You don't have that same adrenaline. Yeah, there's refs. Yeah, they keep score, but it's more situational. This is one that, they're going to take the stage and they're actually going to have a pit in their stomach. They're going to have that adrenaline flowing more like a regular season game. And I would say, given who we're playing, probably, it's going to be as much or more than some of those first games on the schedule.
He's Matt Bauscher, BauscherRealEstate.com, former Boise State basketball star, and he's part of the BNN family here, and we're very appreciative of that. And we are opening the basketball season tomorrow night against the University of Idaho in an exhibition game, 7 o'clock downtown. Seats still available. Make sure you guys scoop those up and support this team. And Matt, I guess before we dive into some of the specifics, like what big picture-wise, what just excites you about this team heading into the season?
I think it's our size and what we return. I mean, you can talk about what we lost, which was, what Tyson did for the program is going to be in the rafters forever. And Al is the leading point guard, the court vision. Obviously, you're losing a ton in those two guys. But the fact that we retained, I'll call it the big three in JB, Meadow, and Peanut, I mean, big wings, right? These guys are big. They all can shoot it. They're all just fearless. It's wild we got those three back.
Can we go 4? Can we extend it to 4 and add RJ Keenan there or even 5 and go Julian Bowie as well?
Absolutely. I mean, to get, Keen and Bowie, and then we brought in so much size. I mean, we're versatile. I was talking to the staff, and we got 200 minutes. 200 minutes. So get out your notes, BJ, and at the beginning of every year, you got to write down where the minutes are going to go.
Yeah.
And who you're going to take off the floor, and it becomes a Tetris game.
I was watching practice last week, and you're looking around going, okay, he should start, and you're like 8 names, and then just who he should play. I mean, I know it, it's a good problem to have, but yeah, they got 10, 11 guys that probably think they deserve to see the court and probably do.
And the guys that are redshirting would arguably start for most of the Mountain West schools. So the bar has definitely raised. I mean, just the talent level since the last 5 or 6, 7 years. I mean, the size and the skill and some of the guys we're getting, it's exciting.
Now, it's crazy because losing Tyson Degenhart, losing Alvaro Cardenas, Omar Stanley, like 3 huge losses. And I think later in the season last year, a lot of people were a little nervous, like, okay, next year's team, how are they going to replace them? May not be as good, yada, yada, yada. And then literally like at the Crown tournament before they're about to play, they get Dylan Andrews' commitment from UCLA. And then a week later, whenever it was, 10 days later, they get Drew Fielder to change from USC to Boise State. And I'm taking nothing. I mean, we'll talk about Tyson's loss in a second, but to add those 2 guys in that short amount of time, I felt like it instantly went from doom and gloom around losing Tyson and Alvaro to holy crap, that's 2 starters from Power 4 schools. Like, it was pretty quick how they changed the narrative for the season.
Yeah, and everybody's going to have those 2 additions were huge, obviously. And everybody's going to have a new role, a new leadership role. I mean, they got to be vocal out there. You know, Al was the leader on the court who was very vocal, and so was Tyson. And everybody's going to have to step up. And some of those guys I mentioned before are really going to have to, you know, be the guy that in the huddle people go to when the game's on the line.
We got some good comments coming in here for you. Tyree says, thanks for all you do to support the Hoops team, Matt. Bronco legend, killing it in the real estate game. Some other good ones as well. Bronco 130 wants to know, who do you think the biggest surprise player will be, at least early on this season?
Surprise? Well, it won't be a surprise to me, but
for fans that haven't seen this team play,
everybody's in a new role. I mean, don't be surprised if JB has 20 and Meadow has 20. I mean, both of them in repeated nights. And there's going to be nights where RJ comes in and is a huge spark. And obviously Fielder and Dom. I mean, nobody's talking about Dom. Dom is a beast. He reminds me of a strong 10-year pro in Europe who never does anything wrong. He's always in the right spot, and you're not going to move him. He's strong as an ox. They are 10 deep this year, and I know we say it often, but they're going to have a hard time mixing who to who on any given night.
He's Matt Bauscher, former Boise State basketball player, Bauscher Real Estate sponsor here at Bronco Nation News. We will talk football here in a little bit, folks. If you're just chiming in, we'll get plenty of football talk. John Mallory's inside eating a quesadilla. He's going to come join me here in a few minutes. But, Matt, you know, we had Leon Rice on the RJ Keene show the other night. I don't know if you had a chance to watch that or not, but great stuff. Not surprised. Hilarious stuff. Folks can go back and watch that. But RJ, or maybe a fan asked, or RJ asked Leon who the leading scorer is going to be of the team this year. And maybe your answer is going to be in your last answer there with Javen. But with the improvement that Meadow made later in the season, he was scoring a lot more. We mentioned Javen. Obviously, Dylan Andrews can light it up a little bit. And even, you know, Peanut Carmichael, I think, is going to see a scoring output. I mean, if you had to, I know it's another good problem to have, you know, 4 or 5 guys that could score in double figures. But if you had to guess right now, do you think, you know, who might lead the team in scoring this year?
That is a really good question. That would be a fun wager, a fun Vegas over under who that would be. I think I could see JB being that guy because he can play the 4 and beast the guys, you know, the 6'4", 6'5" guys. He'll take inside and he'll take outside the slower guys, and he brings it from so many different angles. I think he'll get to the free throw line a lot more. He just has that pace of a pro. You know, he's never rushed. He gets his spots. If I had to guess, I would, and it's a hard guess because there's some other guys that can score 25 in a given night. I would probably say JB.
What do you make about Andrew Meadow and what we saw late in the season last year and his scoring input, and how that kind of carries over and translates into this year?
He's a killer. He's an absolute killer. He's a pro. I mean, he could play professional basketball right now. He's gotten more athletic. He can shoot. I mean, he shoots more shots in the offseason than anyone I've ever seen, and they keep track of that. He never lets the pressure get too big to him. He always has the same face. If I was playing Texas Hold'em against him, it would be frustrating because I never know what the guy's holding. And I want him to take that step up of, get to the free throw line, be assertive, be aggressive. And I think getting him back was crucial. It really was.
All right, I know we only got you for a short amount of time here. I'm already over your time, but I need 2 more minutes here, Matt. John says, good talk, guys. Nice to see your face, Matt. BJ talks about you all the time. Eddie says, Bauscher. Oh, the extra mile arena. Athletics, getting extra mile arena. What do you make of that?
I can't tell you how big that is. That is massive. You see what Dickie and the staff's doing on the blue, between the workout classes to the concerts to the the bananas coming to town, and basketball can be a revenue source as well. They can do a lot of things in the community. They won't have to ask for permission now. They can actually bring it into, we're going to save a lot of money in the budget. It was huge. Major props to Jeremiah Shin, the athletic department, and everybody that it took to get that done, because it's been decades and decades of struggle there. You're
probably not surprised, but Leon Rice came in at number 21 at KenPom in the active coaches out there. And you look at some of the names around him. I mean, hell, Bill Self's 1 spot in front of him. You look at some of the names he's ahead of. Brian Dutcher's not even on that list. I mean, I know there's a lot of analytics and things that go into it, but Leon Rice, I think 98% of people in this town love him and are know what they have in him. There's obviously the 1% of the haters out there, but 16th season for Coach Rice, still here, all these years, had opportunities elsewhere. Here he is, year 16, still obviously looking for that elusive tournament win. But I know he's a close friend of yours, and just what he's done with this program in the last 16 years and where it is going into this season, and now starting to get some recognition for it from Ken Palm at least. What's your take on Coach Rice?
That's an interesting stat. It's so intriguing how they do that. And, 50 plus coaches have come and gone in the Mountain West, either been fired or moved on for greener pastures. And he's the reason why these guys stayed. And every guy on the roster, even though now we have a respectable NIL budget, every guy could have gotten more money elsewhere. They come back because of the coaching staff. Duryea, Burns, Berto, Lex, they could all leave. They stay here because of the leadership Leon has. And honestly, more important than the wins and losses, he's turning these college athletes into men and business leaders and eventually amazing fathers and husbands. And to me, that's what'll stand the test of time.
You said respectable budget. I mean, I know you want it to be more, though. Where is it?
It's gotten a lot better. It's gotten a lot better, and it's going the right way. And the players are amazing. They're the kind of people we want to get, that we don't have to worry about, that do the right thing, and they're the definition of what it is to be a Boise State Bronco.
Well, we can dive more into that side of it maybe when you and Travis, we get together for a longer show. Final thing for you, the game tomorrow, Idaho Vandals. I know it's an exhibition game as this truck backs in right behind me. Your history with Idaho, just when you hear Idaho Vandals, just what's this mean to you? And I know it's an exhibition game, but why should folks pony up and go to this game tomorrow night?
You got to go. It's downtown. It hasn't happened in 11 years. And I love the Vandals when they're not playing the Broncos. I'm not one of those haters that wants the Vandals to lose. The only time I want them to lose is when they play us. And fortunately, they lose most of the time. I'm not going to do any jabs on my two sisters who went there, but they've lost 17 of the last 20 against us from 2003 to 2008. I graduated in 08. There was a 10-0 run for the Broncos. So we definitely need to set the tone. And even though it's an exhibition and we're probably not going to show a lot because it's going to be on film to our opponents, it'll be nice to be able to play some different matchups, gives the fans a little glimpse of what they get to see. And what better is there on a Friday night than seeing the rival game downtown Boise, and then Saturday you get to have an undefeated UNLV team come in. And honestly, we're fighting for the Mountain West Championship tomorrow on the football field, or Saturday on the football field.
Huge game Saturday. Get it started Friday night. Matt, what do you got going on at Bauscher Real Estate? I tell folks all the time, I was just super impressed with, it's not just one person trying to handle everything. You got somebody different that does every step to make sure kind of nothing gets missed, and the first-class personal attention. I mean, you get to know like 10 different people when you buy a house from Matt. But what folks that are on the fence, I know everyone's got 5 friends, family members, cousins that are realtors in this town. Why should they give Bauscher Real Estate a call?
Our team's all in. It takes the village, as you know, and you kind of saw behind the scenes of what our team is. They are fully committed. They buy in, and Bronco Nation has been a massive, massive reason why we've climbed the ladders. I mean, we're proud to say now we're not only the #1 large selling team in Idaho, but we're actually the entire Northwest. There's only a couple states in the country who've seen the numbers we have, and it's because of Bronco Nation trusting us and our team. They're already in here when I get in here this morning. They're here. They love it. They love their job. They love helping people, and we're extremely fortunate.
Well, tell them I'm sorry if I made you late for a meeting. Hopefully we'll help you sell a few more homes and make up for it. But, Matt, we appreciate your time, man. We'll see you tomorrow night, courtside. We'll see you Saturday at the football game. And how about we either go to Travis's spot or your spot? Maybe we can do rock, paper, scissors in before the season opener here and do this again.
I vote Travis's spot. I always get free hats whenever I leave.
I think we were at your spot last year, so I think it is time to head back out to his spot. But appreciate you, Matt. We'll talk to you soon, man.
Thanks, BJ. Go Broncos.
There he is, Matt Bauscher, Bauscher Real Estate. Again, #1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley is Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate. Check him out online at BauscherRealEstate.com. And you just heard there, not just the state of Idaho, not just the Treasure Valley, the Northwest now. And we really appreciate Matt. He's been one of our biggest supporters from day one. And we appreciate him for sticking with Bronco Nation News. And like I said, and tell you every day, we bought and sold our home using Matt, Kelly, their whole team there. It was tremendous every step of the way. And I know you have lots of friends that are realtors. I had friends that are realtors, but we went with Matt, and we're happy we did. And it was tremendous. Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate. Now, Johnny Ballgame is making his way over here. Johnny, there's some thought that you were in Taco Bell eating this entire time. Quesadillas, burritos. What was the breakfast for Johnny Ballgame?
That's going to be after this hit. We'll swing through and get some breakfast going. Probably the quesadilla. I'm not really sure which flavor yet, but Yeah, nice fall, crisp air morning here in Boise. It's sunny, which is great.
Or anything here, honey.
I had a jacket in my car, but I thought,
honey.
I think you called me honey.
I said no jacket here, and I think I said honey.
No, but we'll see. If I get a little cold, I'll walk in and get my car and get my jacket.
Always good having Matt Bauscher on, talking a little basketball in mid-October.
Yeah, and the arena thing, that arena news I think is big. Trying to turn that place into, get it Jeremiah Dickey stamped, right? Let him make the decisions regarding that place, which what I think is kind of the result of all this. And we've seen what Jeremiah can do. We've seen the power of Jeremiah, and we've seen the power of Matt Bauscher with that basketball program too, BJ. So I am looking forward to see, kind of some of the draw ups or whatever, whenever that does come. Yeah. But the future of that arena is going to be sweet.
And we're going to talk mostly football here, Johnny, but let's just get one basketball thought from you. Tomorrow night, Idaho, the exhibition game, the opener. We were at a practice last week. I mean, what for you are you just excited to kind of see about this team in the exhibition game tomorrow?
Yeah, couple of the new players. I'm interested in Andrews and Fielder. Played high-level ball last season, and they're going to be a big part of this. Starting players, you'd expect 30-plus minutes, that type of rotation or that type of play. They're not going to do that tomorrow. I mean, Leon said on IST yesterday that, you're going to
interview. Folks need to go check that out.
Thanks. You're going to get to see, probably the whole team is going to play. It's an exhibition, so there's certain things that they want to do. But overall, yeah, it's just good to see basketball back. I love college basketball, as you and all of you probably know. So, hey, sign me up, man. And Vandals, Broncos, this is kind of, I hate to say it, but it's kind of old school now.
Now, there's actually, you mentioned everybody getting to play. Coach didn't mention this on your show. There's actually going to be a fifth quarter, so to speak. They're going to have an extra game at the end of the game for, I think, 10 minutes, 8 minutes, 12 minutes, where all the guys that didn't get to play very much get to play again, and it doesn't matter. So
cool.
So they're gonna take it. They did that in Canada, and we had a chance to broadcast those games. And Coach Rice came up and did the broadcast with us in Canada. But they'll have the normal 40-minute game, and then the walk-ons, and then some of the younger freshmen or guys that didn't get to play as much will get to play for both sides an extra 10-minute quarter at the end that won't count against the stats or the score.
That's fun for people who want to see everybody play, I guess. And, I mean, what's 10 more minutes? If people want to leave, they can. If not, they can stick around. There's a ton of Idaho flavor in this game. I think the Vandals are starting 4 players from the state of Idaho.
Yeah, that's cool.
So Jack Payne, very popular player.
Right?
Why he looks like Craig Elo, floppy hair, kind of for old Washington State Cougar, an NBA player. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Coach Pribble has going up there. On a Big Sky level, they're kind of excited down there or up there in Moscow with what's going on with basketball. So this will be a good measuring stick for them playing a team like Boise State.
So Boise State, Idaho tomorrow night. That game is at 7 o'clock down there at the Idaho Central Arena. Hopefully, folks will go check it out. They do have some tickets still available for that game. By the way, Carson Rasmussen's brother, lineman for Boise State, his brother plays for Idaho.
Yes, he does.
So
yes, he does.
That's pretty cool.
There's a lot of Treasure Valley flavor. That'll be fun.
Again, I know some folks say the tickets are a little overpriced. It is what it is. Hopefully you can find it in the budget and head down there because it is going to be fun. And what do you think it does for this team, Johnny? They've never had a one of these, or I shouldn't say never, in a long time. They usually play these 2 secret scrimmages, and the first time they're in front of fans with the lights on is that a game that counts. To get an exhibition game where it doesn't count, to get some of those jitters out of the way. I know Leon's mentioned Buzo fouling out in his first game. They lost to Idaho State in a season opener. They've lost to South Dakota State in a season opener. For them to get that first one out of the way, and then they will have a close scrimmage against the Huskies, Washington, next week, to get one more kind of higher level tune-up privately. But to get this first game publicly before they start that season against, is it Hawaii Pacific, I believe, on Monday the 3rd? What do you make of that?
I think Spencer Danielson is jealous, right? I think football coaches would love one of these exhibitions, and I think hopefully football at one point does this as well. It's beautiful. And then you get to, monetize it a little bit, involve the fans, bring in a program that, has a fan base in your town too. So it just checks a lot of boxes and exhibition, whatnot. I mean, it would be cool if it counted. Yes, it would. I would rather, but this is a cool alternative for me.
And folks are asking where can they watch the game online. There's a couple of those. It actually is going to be streamed KTVB Plus. I believe if you get the KTVB app on your smartphone, KTVB Plus, and then they have a digital channel. If you have like a digital tuner, I think it's 7.2. It'll be over the air television. I'm not sure if KTVB.com, if that includes that, or the Mountain West Network. I don't know, Johnny, but if you get the KTVB Plus app, I believe that will be streaming on there. It is going to be on TV.
Yep. Bob Beeler's broadcasting it too on KBOI too. If you're out and about and you want to turn it on in your car or something and check it out.
We always say no disrespect to whoever's doing it on TV, but turn that down. Listen to Bob and Abe. Abe is back, by the way, for another year on the BNN pregame.
Oh, nice,
shows.
Nice.
It was a tough negotiation this year with Abe. Man, his services are getting in high demand, but we were able to come to an agreement. Abe Jackson will be there tomorrow night, 6:00, when we go live on the pregame show from the arena. So looking forward to that tomorrow. Idaho, Boise State. And again, the Broncos' first look for fans, first look for them, this kind of new look roster. No Tyson Degenhart, no Alvaro Cardenas, no Omar Stanley. What's this team going to look like? We'll find out on tomorrow night what this team looks like. So, Johnny, that's the opener, the appetizer, whatever you want to call it, your first course for the weekend as a Boise State sports fan. And then Saturday, 1:30, UNLV, just a monster game for a lot of reasons.
It lived up to the billing. I think the expectation, just the hope. I think that a lot of people had fun with last year's Boise State UNLV, and they thought, you know what, that was cool. Let's see if we can keep that thing going. And UNLV has lived up to their end of the bargain. It's a bumpy, undefeated, but it's still 6-0, as bumpy as it is, which is terrific, I think, for Boise State. And just beating a 6-0 team and just whatnot. I mean, UNLV will probably win 10 games this year. If you look at the rest of their schedule in the Mountain West, it's probably a 10-2 team this season, maybe even 11-1, I think, is in play. Just how bumpy they've been, though, it's going to catch up to you when it catches up to you. And a lot of people think that'll be on the blue. I think Mike Sanford last night on Ball Talk had Boise State by a wide margin.
Yeah, I
mean, he said that he thinks Boise State handles this team, that UNLV, it's going to catch up to them, and he's probably right on that as well. I don't know as far as how close a game it will be, but just for the storyline, I think it checks a lot of boxes where you want the Mountain West. If you want, you want big games in league, right? And for so long, this team, and maybe even still, it's hard to find a big game in your league. And UNLV has won 10 games the last 2 years, and they're undefeated now, and they feel good about themselves. They're excited about the future of their program. UNLV is trending up, and Boise State needs this win. If they don't get this win, it's not, would that be 4-3 here in the first year without Genty, and then the stories and everything's going to come with that, as it should. So this is a monster game for Boise State, and potentially, can I say, it's a program-changing opportunity for UNLV if they can check this box, and Boise State and UNLV can finally get that win against Boise State. What's it do for them? We've seen teams beat Boise State in that regard in the past. Utah State, they weren't able to capitalize off that Boise State win. Maybe UNLV can. So just a monster matchup for both teams.
Before I forget, I saw a couple of questions in there about the TV schedule for basketball. They have not released the full TV schedule. Every game, if it's not nationally televised, will be on the Mountain West Network probably. So whoever said the first game on TV is not till Butler December 6th, that's not accurate. The whole Maui Invitational in November is on ESPN and ESPN2. And then some of the early season home games, those will be on the Mountain West Network. So you will be able to watch pretty much every Boise State basketball game somewhere. Deborah Grant, Johnny, we've got this, but we cannot look past them. UNLV coming in after us. And, it is a mostly different team, different coaching staff, but Dan Mullen's still going to probably show clips from them carrying the goalpost out of the stadium last year and try to get this team motivated any way he can. I mean, maybe they don't need it. They win, they control their own destiny, they got a chance at the playoff, but they went into their house 2 years ago. Maybe that's the one they show them. Boise State raising the trophy at Allegiant Stadium 2 years ago. Maybe it's last year with big noon kickoff there, and Boise State fans, although it took 45 minutes, got the goalpost down, got him into the river. Post Malone is signing it. I mean, it was a historic, legendary night, and I know Dan Mullen wasn't here. Very few players, very few coaches. But if I'm a new player on that team, but I'm watching clips like that, that would still probably fire me up for this game.
There's very few players still left. I don't know if Coach Mullen uses that as, hey, this was last year and this is what's happened. I could use the Mountain West Championship game a couple years ago. They came to your stadium, our house, and won this. But maybe it's just going over the history of what Boise State has meant to this level of football and in this conference, and Dan Mullen showing them, hey, this is what these guys have done, and you are 4 quarters away from, beating this team and maybe saying, hey, we're going to win this league. Show them clips of Boise State getting to go to the playoffs last year. But UNLV was 1 win away from that same exact moment. They would have had the bid. It was foregone, isn't that crazy?
Going, yep.
UNLV would have went to the tournament last year. So maybe it's that too. And I don't know where this UNLV team is. I hear people in the comments saying, well, they almost lost to Idaho State and they should have lost to Idaho State. You're right. But that was August 23rd. A completely different deal now. Teams get better. They teach them. Well, I don't even know how vanilla their system probably was against Idaho State. They probably didn't have much time for install. And I know I'm making excuses, but they got the win. And UNLV looks much better now than I think the August 23rd version. But I'm not saying they're good either. Yeah, they should have lost to Miami of Ohio. They should have lost to Air Force. And Air Force is 1-5.
Yeah.
It's bumpy as hell.
They squeaked by a couple of them.
So many.
Yeah.
But they are still 6-0, and they don't – they think they're good, and sometimes that's all that matters. In that building, they're not saying, hey, we're 6-0, but hey, yeah, remember? Dang, we almost lost to Miami of Ohio. They don't give a crap.
No,
they won.
They don't. Hey, we are live at the Taco Bell on Broadway. If you're driving by, honk at us, throw something at us. I don't care. Say hello. We're outside. Johnny, when I told you we'd be outside, people try to have their breakfast. They're trying to have their coffee. There's folks inside there. I just didn't know if we needed, Johnny and I kind of bugging them while we're doing our show. So I said, let's do it outside in the parking lot. You get a nice visual here. I also didn't know it would be 39 degrees when we agreed to do this. But, Johnny, I know we joke about it, but you are a big Taco Bell fan. What is the go-to Taco Bell order?
For breakfast, I think their hash browns are crunchier than the other places. I'm saying that. Yeah.
Crunchy hash browns.
I think they have the crunchiest hash browns in this type of breakfast.
And the quesadillas are sneaky good. I shouldn't even say sneaky.
No, it's not really the point that they're just really good.
I just don't think enough people think of Taco Bell as a breakfast.
I didn't forever.
Yes.
I didn't. I was just thinking, I want this breakfast sandwich, but they have breakfast wraps here that taste better. And the quesadillas, like you said, are terrific too. And I get it. Sometimes you just want the breakfast sandwich, but there's a lot of other times you want something else too. And if you're eating in your car, it's easier, I've noticed, to eat a quesadilla or a breakfast burrito than it is a breakfast sandwich. It's easier maintenance if you're trying to eat and drive to work or something like that. So a lot of good options there.
Well, we appreciate Steven, Stan, the whole Nicolason crew, SON Management Group, for their support of Bronco Nation News. Get out to Taco Bell if you are in the area. They're one of the Treasure Valley Taco Bell locations. In this location, Johnny, you can literally see the scoreboard, the stadium. We're right by Boise State, so make it your spot for breakfast or lunch or dinner. That's our friends over at Taco Bell. All right, we're going to get to Maddox Madsen. We have some other topics as well, but do want to thank a couple of our great sponsors, rowpaint.com. Andy Rowe, rowpaint.com. All your painting needs, whether it's those concrete coatings, those interior, exterior painting, hit up our title sponsor, Andy Rowe and rowpaint.com. Idaho Central Credit Union has a fire truck heads down the road here. Appreciate them out early. Hopefully nothing bad is happening here. Firefighter driving by us. ICCU, Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. Check out Idaho Central Credit Union. 7 NIL deals. They're inside the stadium now. They're outside the stadium with their logo. Good to see them back as an official partner of Boise State. Check them out, Idaho Central Credit Union. Hey, Jackson's, you can get those trading cards for $12.99. After the show the other night, Johnny, Marion McCoy opened up a pack and pulled one of his own cards, gave it to a fan in the crowd and signed it for him. It was pretty cool. So Jackson's, you can get those trading cards for $12.99. You can also get that coffee, 99 cents, any size, anytime, day or night, using that Let's Go Rewards app. The new slogan, Johnny, hell for them, home for us. We're going to talk about that. That is the new slogan. They've got the shirts ready to go at the Blue and Orange store there at the Boise State Hall of Fame. They're open during normal business hours. Hell for them, home for us. If you need a new black shirt for the blackout on Saturday, you can pick that up at the Blue and Orange store, online anywhere in the world, theblueandorange.store.com, or the two locations, the Boise Town Square Mall, or right there down by Boise State. And Lithia Ford of Boise, their fall kickoff sale underway. We appreciate Jim Sturk, Jamie Drake and company. Never a better time to buy a new or pre-owned vehicle. But we were driving around that Expedition. Prater and I drove around the electric F-150 Lightning a couple of weeks ago. We may be out there tomorrow. We'll see if I can sweet talk Prater into doing it again. Lithia Ford of Boise. Check them out online at lithiafordboise.com. All right, Johnny, I have the clip. You can let me know if we should play it, or if you think everyone's heard it by now, we can just talk about it. You guys did a tremendous job on Ball Talk last night. Maddox Madsen, the fans, Mike Prater actually within the last 10 minutes has emailed me a column on a rough week for fans at Boise State that will be up. There is a new Prater column that will be posted shortly after the show. Oh, nice. And it's on the fans. Tough week for them with the situation with the fans leaving early and getting criticized by the head coach, by the athletic director, calling it extremely disappointing. And then the Maddox Madsen comments saying that he's getting messages where folks are saying, I hope you and your family all die. So the Prater column will be up shortly. What's your take? I think most folks have seen it by now. If not, it's out there. I've got a story. I've got the full video up online. We won't take the 3 minutes to play it. You can find the video if you want it. We do have a full story with the written comments as well, the transcript at BroncoNationNews.com. And again, Prater's column will be posted here in a little bit. I know you guys did a tremendous job getting Mike Sanford's take, talking about it on Ball Talk last night, subscriber show. It's still up there on the VIP message boards on the website. You can get the link to watch Ball Talk. If you're a paid subscriber, you can go back and watch it and get your private YouTube link. But you guys talked about this midway through the show. What's your take on I kind of thought, I'll be honest, I was the one that kind of brought it up. He's talking about UNLV, talking about general stuff, and I just wanted to know how he deals with the noise. You know, I just said, how do you deal with the noise that comes with being the starting quarterback? You have back-to-back 300-yard games. Everybody loves you. And then you throw 4 picks and everybody wants you benched. How do you deal with that? And he kind of opened up a little bit, so we followed up a little bit, and it became, a pretty big story, the hate that Maddox Madsen is getting. And he did say 90% of the fans are great. But he said that 10%, and that's why he loves it here, is for the 90% of fans that love him up at the grocery store and every day. But there's 10% that are not making Boise. The other 90% look very good right now.
There's so many branches on this tree where I could pick to discuss here in a couple of minutes. I will say it's a very, very small percentage, but it's still a percentage. It's still.
Oh, you were muted there.
I'm sorry. There's a number of things I'm thinking I could say on this. It sucks. I mean, it's simply put, it really sucks that not only he goes through it, and there's thousands of kids, hundreds of kids in this country that go through this, just like Maddox Madsen does, for what they do in terms of football, basketball, whatever other pop culture or public line of work that they're in. I wish I could say it's going to go away, not just for Maddox, but just in society. But I don't think it is, and there's Mike Sanford talked about the gambling culture, and now you have people really upset. Well, they lost $20 because you threw an interception, and they're going to find you, which is so easy to do now. And then they're going to tell you suck. And not only that, but they know the names of your siblings, because that's on TV and it's colorful and it's fun. And it highlights and illustrates the fabric of that family and how they're all the specialness of the Madsen household and that. And and then that gets out there, and then their family gets hit. And
which, by the way, he said it's tough for his family to not respond. He goes, I don't respond. I don't have that problem. I try not to think about it. He goes, my brother in particular, my younger brother, I have to really get on him about not saying something.
Got to be really hard, because those guys want to celebrate their brother doing really good things in college football, really good things. And it's like, I think the hate probably outweighs the love, even though the love comes in such bigger dosages.
Yeah.
The hate just somehow sticks, and that's really tough. And his mom,
she takes his phone and deletes him before he sees him sometimes when she's in town after games.
Like, this is keeping her up. She's up at night worrying about her son, not up at night happy for her son that he's getting ready to play in a football game. She stays up in the night worried about her sons, her family now, and that just sucks.
I mean, you know what? Like, and I have a 10-year-old son, an 8-year-old son, and you could say what you want about me. Oh, you're fat, you're a homer, you're whatever. Like, I don't care. Like, people say stuff, they troll in them from other teams. Like, and very rarely do I like, once in a while something will trigger me, but I really try to just say it is what it is. You're out there in public, you got to just deal with it and move on. But if somebody said something about my son, that's a whole different story for me, Johnny. And I just picture 10 years from now, if my son's doing something athletically and somebody wants to, and I hope he's in that position where people are ripping on him, I guess, but I can't imagine what I would do and the restraint it must take from that family. And also just the pain that it must send the family members and things like that. And someone said death threats. I asked him, I said, how deep is it getting? Are you getting death threats? And he said, not death threats, but folks saying, I hope you and your family die.
Not I will, but I hope. I don't know what the difference is.
Semantics, I guess.
I don't know. I mean,
there is, I guess, technically, if they're not saying I will kill, whatever, versus I hope you, I don't know. But I would consider what he said pretty much to be a death threat, in my opinion. I mean, they're hoping you, it's semantics, I guess. But when it gets that deep and that hate, that hatred, I mean, Johnny, RJ Keene was telling me they were getting death threats by people when they wore the Utah gear. Like, social media is just, it is what it is. It's necessary evil, I guess, for my job and some of the stuff that we do publicly, but it is really a shame. And I don't know if that motivates him to want to, that was after the Notre Dame game. He obviously came back against New Mexico, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, passed for over 200 yards. I believe had one of his best completion percentages of the season. Does that at all, you think, in the back of his mind, motivating him here down the stretch to kind of shut some of those people up? Or because he did say, he goes, it's the same people that tell you great job, the next week tell you suck.
Yeah, Madsen's a smart dude. I don't know if he can just put it past him and say, yeah, the majority loves me and I love them, so to hell with everybody else. I'm gonna just be me and do me, and I'm gonna win as many games here as I can. Period. And they can do what they want with me. Or it's gonna, whatever's gonna happen, and it's gonna, he'll want to leave. Something will want to happen. I mean, I wouldn't blame him right now if it continues, and this team has oh my gosh, what if they go 8-4 or something? And
the problem is, do you really think it's a lot different? I mean, I don't think Boise State fans are any worse than any other place. It probably happens everywhere.
You're probably right. He goes to Logan, Utah, and plays for Utah State, and then there's people that say, they didn't want you. We don't want you either. You're right. You're going to get it anywhere. So that's probably what sucks is the moral of this story. I hate to say, like, this is part of the job, and I wish it wasn't. And I don't know if hey, I'm all for not making it part of the job. I wish people wouldn't do that to people, but it's really easy to, and I don't know what the repercussions are. Yeah. If there was stiffer, stronger repercussions, if you got fired from your job, if someone found out who was saying this and they did make it public and you get fired, maybe that's less likely to happen. But I mean, if Madsen didn't mention this to you yesterday, this isn't out there. This isn't a story. We don't know. We just imagine it's you suck, not
like
what he said it was.
I kind of asked, I don't want to say a harmless question, but I didn't know it would go this deep when I asked the first question and then followed up. And I appreciate him opening up and talking about it. And I did see a small amount of people saying, oh, he's just trying to get the fans back on his good side. Oh, he's doing this to and they're probably the same ones in the messages ripping on him. But I didn't get any percentage or any thought in my mind that, oh, he's just throwing this out there or making this up to get fans to get off his back or whatever. I thought he spoke from the heart with what he said. And like I said, he didn't just bring, hey guys, by the way, I'm getting death threat. No, it was a question asked to him. How do you deal with this? How deep does it go? We I won't say pressed it, but we asked a couple questions about it, and he answered them. So I don't think any part of this, which I did see a criticism on social media. I saw multiple people
thinking that he's just doing this.
Oh, he's just trying
the victim.
He's trying to play the victim, butter up the fans to get off his back or whatever for not playing well.
I disagree, but I mean, yeah, I mean, again, that's out there now. That's part of it, and it sucks.
Ashley Jones, I saw you with a comment in the chat there. Just want to make sure you got hooked up with RJ Keene for the tickets. The RJ Keene show, Johnny. RJ Keene himself bought 2 courtside tickets. This is RJ Keene. He wants to get viewership on his own show, so he goes and buys 2 courtside tickets himself for the Idaho game on Friday night, and him and Leon Rice gave them away on the show. And so I commend him for that. I think it's pretty cool. Ashley Jones was the winner. I think you connected with RJ, but let me know if yes or no. We can help make sure that happens. Journalistic integrity is tough. Saying you want someone dead versus saying you want to make them dead are very 2 different things. Still a terrible thing. I agree, and that's what we're talking about. I agree. I think that it is. It's not exactly the same, but anytime you're mentioning die, whatever, it's not good, Johnny. And
I never said. I don't think I said, and if I did, I stand corrected. He was not threatened personally. It was I hope someone does, but
I just don't think
I
think it
honestly it still bugged me almost the
he
same.
did not receive a death threat, but he had people saying he hoped he died. In my personal opinion, I don't think, yes, from a journalistic integrity, yes, he did not get a death threat. We were saying that, but I think it's just as bad whether you say it one way or the other. So, all right, Johnny, let's talk back about this game and this team, man. We got about 15 minutes left here. We had a lot of voicemails, by the way. I'm not going to be able to get them all in today with doing the show here at Taco Bell and just what was going on and idling traffic to get downtown this morning. We will play a boatload of voicemails with Mike Prater tomorrow. So if you put a voicemail, Melinda Draper, I saw 4 or 5 voicemails in there today. We will play those on tomorrow's show. You still have time today. Get your voicemail in. Brought to you by Signature Roofing. Johnny, our friends at Signature Roofing are giving away a $500 gift card to Shields. $500 gift card to Shields. They're just for putting a voicemail into the voicemail inbox. They're going to pick a name and you get to win. So all you have to do is give us a thought from our friends at Signature Roofing, and we will put you into the raffle. We will do the raffle on Monday. So you can leave us a voicemail today. We'll play it on tomorrow's show, the pregame show, the postgame show. It ends after the postgame show on Saturday, and then we will draw those names on Monday. So if you put one in the hopper today, sorry, couldn't get to it. We'll play it tomorrow. Again, mysignatureroofing.com. All your roofing needs, whether it's a re-roof, a repair, an estimate, or an inspection, check out mysignatureroofing.com. You heard from him earlier in the show. We appreciate Matt Bauscher, Bauscher Real Estate. Johnny told us he's now not just the number 1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley, not just the number 1 ranked realtor in the state. He is the number 1 ranked realtor in the Northwest, and he's got his sights set on America here. Matt Bauscher continues to just kill it at an alarming rate, and he's a former basketball player at Boise State. So if you're looking to buy or sell a home and you want unmatched customer service every step of the way, hit up Matt and his team at BauscherRealEstate.com. Hey, Snake River Pool and Spa, Patio, and Game, check them out as well. We appreciate their support of Bronco Nation News. TheSpaTeam.com is where you can go. They got locations in Twin Falls, Boise, Meridian, Nampa. They've been around since 1978. Whether it's a sauna, whether it's a spa, whether it's a pool table, maybe a dartboard, they got you. Is a billiards table and a dart? What is a billiard? Billiards is pool. What's the other word for a dartboard? Is there another famous word for that? I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. Billiards is a pool table,
yep,
though, right?
Billiards is pool.
Somebody got on me because I screwed up and said if you want a billiards table or a pool table. But yes, they are the same thing. If you want a dartboard, all that good stuff, games for the game room, they got you covered online at thespateam.com. Johnny, tomorrow, Star. You guys will be there, right? Ridley's Family Markets?
Yeah.
Ridley's Family.
Yeah. We're there. We're excited. What, you want me to take over here? No problem.
3 to 6 tomorrow. I was trying to hype up your appearance tomorrow. If you live in the Star area, love the Ridleys there in Star. 3 to 6 tomorrow. Johnny and Prater will be out there. They do a whole tailgate thing, right? It's a whole setup.
Big party. Big party.
Come hang out. You can check the address, locations near you at shopridleys.com. But the Star location, 3 to 6 tomorrow for Johnny and Prater, Ridley's Family Markets, and Transportation Compliance Service. Want to thank them as well. Transcomservice.com. You can get into the trucking industry, whether it's DOT, overweight, all the permits and things you need. They're a local company helping out folks all over the world. You can get more information at transcomservice.com. BNN.com. All right, Johnny, I mentioned Ball Talk. Great show last night. Folks can go watch that. Riley and Rid had a Marion McCoy and Jeremiah Irby on Tuesday. That's a great show. You can go watch that. I mentioned RJ Keene with Leon Rice. That's a great show. You can go watch that. So we have the morning shows. We have the evening shows. We've been stepping it up lately. And I texted you last night about 5-10 minutes before first pitch of the Mariners game. And I said, hey, you want to push this back to 9? Do you want to focus on this game? But I bet by 8 o'clock you were probably happy to turn it off.
Yes.
I don't know if you knew that was coming or not, but
I didn't.
That was a rough one last night for the Mariners.
Oh, man, I had a lot of friends and family at that game, and glad they got that experience, that first inning, Julio 2-run home run, where you thought, like, when is this going to end? Mariner fans, it just keeps going. Well, it ended a couple innings later. Blue Jays started raking. That was the power of that lineup. That's why they're the 1 seed. And it's going to be a fun game 4.
Are they the early game today? Did the Dodgers get the night game?
Yeah, I think that's the case. Yeah. So, but yeah. Wait, is that? I don't know. Double check on that, because
they have given the Dodgers I can't believe they would put the Dodgers on at 3 o'clock.
They wouldn't. You're right. I'm hoping.
We're both on our phones here. Great radio, trying to find out what time the game is at tonight.
Yeah, the Mariners 6:30 Mountain, Dodgers 4 p.m.
They gave
Mountain.
the Dodgers the early game. Okay.
So I don't know if that's good or bad. Sometimes I like watching it where I have to do something else because you can't analyze that
every
much
pitch. Yeah.
Because every pitch you want to, but. You got NFL too tonight, so these
tonight
October sports nights are the best.
Tonight for NFL, it's the
Pittsburgh and Cleveland, I believe.
Okay, the two 40-plus-year-old quarterbacks, or I don't know how Joe Flacco.
Flacco versus Rodgers. So Cincinnati, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh. I'm sorry,
he got traded to the Bengals.
Yeah, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers, Mike Tomlin feels like it's working there.
What's the college game tonight? This is a big sports night.
I love these October nights, and this you get. I don't think you get just Conference USA and the MAC anymore, right? You see Malachi Nelson or not see him last night at UTEP? He's no longer the starter. Did UTEP end up losing to winless Sam Houston last night, guys?
UTEP came back and won.
UTEP won
35-17.
I wonder if they put Malachi in and he led the charge.
No. Skylar Locklear throws for 2 touchdowns, runs for 2.
Okay, no, looks like the backup came in or now is the starter.
One game tonight. Tulsa is at East Carolina on ESPN. That's a big-time battle.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
East Carolina's favored by 16.5.
Bam, it's a big spread for ECU.
You do get Louisville and Miami tomorrow, Nebraska, Minnesota, a couple good Friday night games, North Carolina at Cal, big conference game there.
Mountain West Friday nights, though.
San Jose at Utah State tomorrow.
Yeah, if you love the Mountain West, you see, okay, there's some interest here with Utah State and San Jose State. One of those teams could be top 3-4 in the league this year, so the winner of that will be a big one. And where's Bronco Mendenhall going to be coaching next year? There's a lot of buzz for him in Corvallis, and I mean they're going to be in the same league, Corvallis, Oregon State, and Utah State. That would be a jump people would be interested
let's play a little coaching game here. Dan Mullen, is he coaching at UNLV next season?
I can't see it. No.
He just said he was on the press conference the other day.
Kiss of death.
He also said something about the birds. What did he say about killing birds?
Well, birds apparently try to land on the blue.
That's the old folklore.
And they die, and nobody in Boise cares because they love their field so much. They don't care that it does kill birds. That's kind of what he was saying. He was joking.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. I don't know.
So you say he's gone?
Yeah.
Okay. Jason Eck, is he coaching New Mexico next year?
God, I'd love him in Corvallis. But I'll say yes. I'll say yes, Jason Eck's in New Mexico next year, sure.
All right. What about Jay Norvell at Colorado State?
Gosh, can he save this?
And I'm not even talking about going somewhere else. I mean, is he
can he save that
he
and get to go into the Pac-12?
Home win over Fresno?
Because he wants to go into the Pac-12. That's like a reset. But at the same time, does Colorado State want to go into the Pac-12 with their own reset? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say Jay Norvell's out. Okay. I'm going to say they part ways, and Colorado State wants to get some type of jump on the new league.
You mentioned Bronco. Is it 3 years, 3 schools for Bronco Mendenhall?
That's what it would be, huh? New Mexico, Utah State, and wherever else he goes. If it's not a place like Oregon State, he'll be in Logan again.
If you hear him talk about Logan, like at Mountain West Media Days, he said it's home for him. He's got horses there. His family lives in the area.
There's a lot to be said for that, sure. 100% he played at Oregon State. So I know he likes it for that matter, but I don't know how long, if ever, he was on staff and whatnot. And yeah, if his family's happy in Logan and there's no pressure in Logan, if you go 8-5, 7-5, 8-4, 9-5, 9-4 with a bowl win or something, I mean, that's way under par for the course there. Maybe there's something to be said for that too. I don't know.
Who's your gut feel on the next Penn State coach?
Feels like Kurt Cignetti, doesn't it? That feels like
Matt
it's
Rule's
an easy hire. Oh, Matt Rule as well, because he's close to the athletic director.
Be a good hire,
he has ties.
Do you call Nick Saban? Do you make Nick Saban turn you down for that job?
Yeah. I mean, he's going to turn you down for it, but I think you do. As far as, like they say, Marcus Freeman, I just don't see Penn State being able to lure Notre Dame's coach. I don't know. But at the same time, LSU lured Notre Dame's coach when they got Brian Kelly. I know that's the SEC, and I have LSU as a bigger program than Penn State. But, I mean, it does happen sometimes. That's going to be an interesting hire.
People in
at Penn
the chat
State.
are saying Urban Meyer to Arkansas.
That makes
I don't think Urban Meyer's.
Would Urban Meyer do Penn State before Arkansas? I mean, he's been in both leagues.
Yeah.
Arkansas is an interesting one. And that's
Was
an
it the
SEC
Jacksonville
job.
Jaguars. Who was Urban Meyer the coach
Yeah.
of?
Yeah.
Well, we know Dan Mullen's going to be coaching on Saturday at least.
Mullen to Arkansas, a lot of people said made sense too.
Yeah.
And I could see that Arkansas has some similarities with Starkville in the SEC, and Dan Mullen. They celebrate seasons Dan Mullen had in Mississippi at Mississippi State. They have banners and stuff for it, so he was a big deal there. And I don't know, maybe Vegas is saying no. What's it going to cost? What does our payroll need to be?
Yeah.
We will get it for you. And that's the name of the game.
If they lose back-to-back coaches to like the Big Ten or SEC in back-to-back years, that'd be
brutal,
that'd be
man.
And with Billy Napier probably out at Florida, and what does that move in terms of some of these other coaches? I heard Lane Kiffin could be on the move. I mean, we've already have a lot of openings, Johnny. I mean, Oklahoma State with Gundy being out. I mean,
that's another one.
This is going to be a very interesting coaching cycle here.
136 FCS jobs,
FBS.
Right? FBS.
Yeah.
136 FBS gigs.
Yep. And there's
9. Or is there 11?
No,
there's a
you're probably
9
right.
power.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
I think maybe there's 9 that are open.
All right.
There might be. Is there going to be 30?
There might be. But we do know Saturday Dan Mullen will be coaching on the Blue. Johnny, final couple of minutes here. This game, man, obviously whoever wins it's going to have the leg up to host the championship game because they'll have the tiebreaker. Dan Mullen said it himself. It's basically a 2-game swing, whoever wins this game. UNLV is going for the playoff. They're going for the undefeated season. I mean, could you argue there's more on the line for UNLV in this game than there is for Boise State?
There's way more on the line for UNLV in this game. If UNLV wins, they become ranked, in my opinion. Boise State, I don't know. Boise State still rallies and maybe gets to the Mountain West championship game and maybe even still wins it and wins the title like they did a couple of years ago where it comes with an LA Bowl trip. Fine, whatevs. But this is way bigger for UNLV.
And with that said, good quarterback, good team, defense giving up a lot of points. You said Sanford thinks Boise State wins this one pretty easily. I also could see this one being where UNLV kind of comes back down to earth a little bit. I know some of these guys played in SEC, whatever, their previous places, but this season they haven't played like an atmosphere they're probably going to play on Saturday because we haven't brought it up, the whole issue of fans leaving early and all that. I don't think that's going to be a problem on Saturday.
No, I think the fans are going to step up, and I think it's going to be a really festive atmosphere. But we'll see. I mean, we talk about it on Idaho Sports Talk. Prado will say this isn't just a problem this year. This isn't even a problem. This is just how it is here. It's been this way for decades and decades. That's just how the fan behavior in the stands is sometimes. When one little thing gets in their way, they got something else to do, or it's not that big a deal to them. They don't want to sit through it. And we saw that 100% on Saturday night, and it pissed people off. And I think you're going to get the opposite of that on Saturday at 1:30. I think this crowd is going to be electric, and I can't wait to see it, and I appreciate you having me on.
Love the hat there, by the way, Johnny. You put the taco. Did they give you that, or did you buy that somewhere? That is a sick-looking I like that thing. Hey, Johnny, go get your breakfast.
Thanks, guys.
Put it on my tab, man, or I'll give you some money or a credit card or something, or I'll Venmo you. Go get some breakfast. Appreciate Johnny Ballgame, as always, for stopping by. We'll see if we can get a drive-by on the bite of a quesadilla like we got last time as Johnny was heading out. But always appreciate Taco Bell, Stan, Steven, Nicolason, the whole Nicolason crew, SON Management, their company. We appreciate them. All the Treasure Valley Taco Bell locations. Big supporter of Bronco Nation News. You got a lot of fast food restaurants. Heck, I can see some of them right by me here across the street. Go to Taco Bell, folks. Great, locally owned, local folks that truly care about Boise State and this community. And I know it really does matter. So if you can get over to a Taco Bell location for breakfast, yes, great breakfast, lunch, dinner, all the various things they have at Taco Bell. I highly, highly recommend Taco Bell meals. And we appreciate them for their support. And my family, my kids in particular, love Taco Bell. I say it all the time, but there's that location on Eagle Road right by the church there where we do flag football, and we go there. But we've actually been there before and after. We try to keep it to one or the other, but there was a time or two where we go both because they'll have a couple of touchdowns and they want to get the slushy or something. So appreciate Taco Bell. Appreciate all of our sponsors. And I really appreciate all of you guys for watching this show and making it possible for us to do this each and every day here at BroncoNationNews.com. We need 24 more subscribers, by the way. We're trying to show 24/7 Sports that they made a smart decision to bring us on board at Bronco Nation News, bring us in as part of the 24/7 Sports family. They had an initial goal for us for subscribers, and we are 24 subscribers away, and that goal was for year one, and we are 24 subscribers away in like 3 months. So I appreciate all of you that have subscribed and signed up. It means a ton to me and our team here at BNN with what we're building. We posted 4 stories last night, many of which you probably haven't even read yet. The quarterback commit, Traden Bessinger, on his visit. Is he still locked in? What did he think of the crowd and everything on Saturday? Our man, Chris Van Sickle, talked to Traden Bessinger after his visit to the Blue for his first game, the quarterback commit. You can read that. You can read Nathan Carroll's question about the defense for Boise State basketball. Our 10 questions heading into the season, our preview part 3, the basketball team, 10 questions. We're looking at the defense and can the defense improve from last year? Nathan Carroll has that. Nathan Carroll also has another article, 5 players that he expects to make a bigger impact in the second half of the season. So guys that played a little, did something, but could really impact things in the second half of the season. Nathan Carroll has an article with 5 guys to look for in the second half of the season. Mike Prater's column on a tough week for fans. That's going to be posted here in a 20 minutes or so when I get it posted. And again, the fans leaving early, fans, saying they hope Maddox Madsen dies. It's been a rough week for a small percentage of Boise State fans and their reputation. Mike Prater wrote about that. We'll get it posted in about 10, 15, 20 minutes. And so we got our game previews, all kinds of coverage for basketball, football. The only local media outlet that travels with both the football and the basketball team year-round to cover the games. We'll be the only outlet heading down to Mountain West Media Days next week. Boise State basketball, all the Mountain West coaches. We're going to have a 4-hour plus live stream where we talk to Steve Alford and Brian Dutcher and all the different coaches. Ali Farouk-Namesh, the new coach at Colorado State. Jared Calhoun, Utah State. We're going to talk to all 12 Mountain West coaches. That includes Bryce Drew, Grand Canyon. They're in the league now. I'm looking forward to next week's coverage. We're sending 3 people down to Vegas. Myself, Nathan Carroll, and our intern, Kanan Rogers. He's a senior at Boise State, and we stepped up thanks to your guys' support of our sponsors, your support of subscribing to BroncoNationNews.com. You made it possible for us to send Nathan, reward him for the work he's doing to come down to Vegas and cover the media days. And then our intern, who's a senior at Boise State, getting ready to graduate, Kanan Rogers, he's going to get 24 hours in Vegas on BNN. And we only made that possible thanks to all of you guys and your support of BNN. So a ton of coverage coming this weekend, ton of coverage coming from Vegas next week. And if you are able to help us out and subscribe, our 30% offer right now is going on an annual membership at BroncoNationNews.com. You can try us out for $1 for the first month if you'd like, and then it renews at $12.99 a month after that. And if you do that option, you get Paramount Plus included, basically a free Paramount Plus subscription. $12.99 a month gets you our coverage and Paramount Plus. You can also take advantage of the 30% deal. You pay a one-time fee for the year, then you're done with it. And when that renews at full price, then that includes Paramount Plus as well. So Skyship talking about the Colton Boomer interview. That is up on our YouTube channel. Colton Boomer, the Boise State kicker, some great stuff there about being married already and just great stuff with Colton Boomer. I think you'll have a new thought on. He's just kind of the kicker, and he's been missing some kicks in camp, whatever. If you watch the interview with Colton Boomer, I think you might have a new perspective on Colton Boomer moving forward here. Maybe be a bigger fan of his moving forward. That interview is up at BroncoNationNews.com's YouTube channel, youtube.com/BroncoNationNews, which speaking of which, I think it's over on this side, maybe somewhere in this area. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, join our YouTube channel. We're pushing towards 8,000 YouTube subscribers, so we appreciate. Ben saying great articles on 24/7 BNN today. Yeah, we got 4 of them. Appreciate you, Ben, and we got 2 more that are going up here in a little bit. We got the gambling column from Nathan Carroll, and we have Mike Prater's column. Those are always must read as well. So we're churning out multiple stories a day here, and like I said, I would put our coverage of Boise State athletics up against anybody, and I don't say that to brag or gloat or speak negatively of anybody else, but I understand you guys only have a certain amount of excess income when it comes to paying for coverage like this, and when you have to pay for other outlets out there as well. We truly believe and are working literally 24/7, no pun intended, to make sure that our subscription is worth it to you and a better value than any of the others out there. So if you're able to help us out and subscribe today, we need 24 paid subscribers to help us get to our goal and show 24/7 Sports that Boise State is a rising market here and a market they should continue to invest in. And we appreciate those of you that already have. 700 plus have already subscribed, new members since we made the switch over here to 247 Sports. So thank you to all of you. Go subscribe. There's my spiel. Lots of great content. Go subscribe and watch our morning shows, our pregame shows, our postgame shows. And like I said, make plans now. Next Thursday, 4+ hours live coverage, 4-hour live stream of Mountain West Media Days in Las Vegas. The only local outlet heading down to Las Vegas next week. We'll have your coverage on Thursday of Mountain West Basketball Media Days. And then on Friday, we'll be in Reno for the football game. So a lot of coverage coming to Bronco Nation News. Tomorrow morning, we'll have the great Mike Prater on at 9 a.m. to talk about his column. Here in about an hour, we're going to talk to Spencer Danielson and Stacy Collins. That's right. Special teams getting some heat lately. Stacy Collins is going to face the media here in about an hour, and we'll get his thoughts on that kick return and where special teams are at overall. And then again, Spencer Danielson, the head coach, he talks on Thursdays at 11 as well. A little more informal session up in the recruiting lounge. His final thoughts getting ready for the game on Saturday. We'll have both of those interviews up on the message boards, up on the website at BroncoNationNews.com early this afternoon. So go subscribe, go read our 6 new stories that have been posted in the last 24 hours. And we'll talk to you guys on the message boards. We'll talk to you later this afternoon with those interviews and whatever news comes out of that. And then we will talk to you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Mike Prater, and 11 a.m. on Saturday, our pregame show live from the patio at the James Kitchen and Bar, 11 a.m. on Saturday. We'll get you set for Boise State and UNLV. Live from the Taco Bell. Appreciate again the SON Management Group, the Nicolason family, Stan, Steven, the whole crew. I'm going to go in and get some breakfast. Hope to see some of you guys at a Taco Bell in the near future. Go support our sponsors, all of our great sponsors, some at the bottom of the screens, others we've told you about, and that includes Taco Bell. We appreciate Taco Bell a lot. We appreciate all you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Go subscribe, and we'll see you guys later at Bronco Nation News and online at BroncoNationNews.com. Take care, everybody.
This crispy chicken is from a taco place.
This crispy chicken is from a taco place? The taco place? Taco place. It comes in a burrito, too?
From your taco place, it's also a chicken place that's also a taco place.
And final blade of grass. Done. And done. Who knew it'd take 2,007 man-hours to paint 47,962,053 blades of grass? Smells like game day. Whoa, it's not dry yet.